Yes, 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 you should send a thank you note after every single job interview you go on. And today I'm going to tell you why and break down line by line what you should be putting in those thank you notes to help you stand out. My name's JT if you don't know me, and this is the Just Ask JT live podcast where each week I go live 3 times to answer your questions. And one of the questions that people have been asking a lot in my comments are, should I send a thank you note? Should I send it by email? Should I send it in person? What should I say in the thank you note? How often should I send them? So we're just going to clear this up once and for all, shall we, job seekers? Let's get the party started. First of all, where does my knowledge on this subject come from? Well, I used to work in staffing and recruiting. I'm the CEO of a company, so I hire, and I work with thousands of people every single month, so I know what works and doesn't work when it comes to job search. And I'm about to tell you that the methodology for thank you notes that we teach at Work It Daily is helping people get jobs. And so let's talk about what that looks like. First of all, yes, you send the thank you note. You give thanks after every interview. The first interview, the second interview, the fifth interview. I don't care if they send you on 10 interviews. You're sending a thank you email after every interview. And you're sending it by email, okay? In this day and age, it's digital. You're sending it the same day, at the very latest, first thing the next morning, but you're not delaying. You're giving thanks, okay? And I've had people say, wait, doesn't that look like I'm too eager? You should be eager, right? You're selling your services to them. They're buying what you're selling. So as a salesperson, show interest, show respect, show thanks, okay? Now, if you go on an interview and you end up interviewing with the same person later on, maybe it's the first interview and then on the fourth interview, you interview with them again. Yes, you send them a thank you note again. What did I say? After every interview, you send a thank you note. What if there's 5 people that you interviewed with? That's 5 thank you notes. Okay, so you should be asking people in the interview, can I get your email address? I'd love to follow up with you. Or you can ask the recruiter at the end or whoever is coordinating your interviews. You want to get on that. You can just be honest, say, look, I really want to send everybody a thank you note. Can I have their email addresses? Just say it. It shows initiative, okay? But you should be sending every single person a thank you note. Now that we've made it clear, a thank you note every time, a thank you note to every person. We're sending them by email. They're going the same day or at the very latest first thing next morning, all right? Now let's talk about what goes into this thank you email, because at this point you're all going, "Oh, JT, I don't have time. Emails take a lot of time." No. No they don't. Because the thank you email does one thing only. Give thanks. Let me say that again. One thing. It's not a recap of what you talked about. It's not a chance for you to market yourself again. It's not a chance for you to say, oh, I forgot to tell you these 10 things about me, so let me put it in the thank you note. There is nothing more cringy than to get a self-promotional thank you note. And I've seen so many people, well-intended people, do this. You know you're guilty. If you're guilty, own it right now. You know the thank you note I'm talking about. Hey, JT, it was so nice to meet you and speak with you regarding the XYZ position. I think we can both agree, based on my 20 years of experience and my attention to detail, I'm uniquely qualified to add value to your company. With my past experience at ABC and FDH, you can see, no, okay? I have your resume. I have your LinkedIn profile. We had an interview. That was your chance. All you're doing in a thank you note is what, everybody? Giving thanks. And I know I'm being super snarky about this, but I don't think you understand. The only thing worse than not sending in a thank you note, which, by the way, there are companies literally that if you don't send a thank you note, you don't move forward. They don't mention that to you, but that's how they deselect. If they had 5 great candidates, but only 3 of them send thank you emails, 3 move forward, 2 don't. Not kidding. This is a thing. Not at every company, but at a lot of companies, and they don't tell you that. So the only thing worse than not sending the thank you note is sending the self-important, narcissistic, over-the-top thank you note. That's not a thank you note. That's a self-promotion page. So here's what we're going to do instead. We are going to first, dear Mary, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you about the XYZ position. Okay? 1 sentence. We can all do that. Sentence number 2. I particularly enjoyed speaking with you about blank. I want you to think back about the conversation you had, and at some point you and that person nerded out on a topic or an idea or a problem they're working on. Mention that. I particularly enjoyed when we talked about how the project I'd be working on could save the company a lot of money. There we go. One line. This is what I enjoyed talking about, okay? Please let me know if there's anything else I can provide to further my candidacy. Sincerely, JT. 3 sentences. That third sentence. Please let me know if there's anything else I can provide to further my candidacy. Please let me know if there's anything else I can provide for next steps in the process. Please let me know what I can do to move forward in your interview process. Like however you want to phrase that. Sincerely, JT. 3 sentences. You have time to write 3 sentences, even if you have to write 5 separate emails, and make each one different, right? The difference is that middle sentence where you say, okay, well, when I was talking to that person, we talked about this. Because here's the thing. You put together the 5 emails in this format. Not going to take you long. You send them out to the 5 people. You know what they do? They forward them to each other. Oh, yeah. And they compare them. So what you don't want to do is send the exact same thank you email to all 5 people because they're going to know you just copied and pasted. But with this framework I'm doing and teaching you right now, the secret sauce, it's simple, it gives thanks, and it's customizable for each person you talk to. See what I mean? I mean, this is so basic 101 rookie, and yet I get it. No one taught us this stuff. Nobody teaches you job search etiquette. Nobody teaches you the process for standing out in job search. And I am telling you right now, this is one of the biggest things in this market where it's so competitive, right? White collar job market, total white collar job recession right now. There's hundreds of candidates for every job. They're interviewing 5 to 10 people because they can. You've got to stand out every step of the way. And if you did well in that interview, do you really want to throw it out because you didn't send a thank you note? Absolutely, positively have to send one. So let me recap, because this might be one of the most efficient podcast sessions I've ever done. But I am so vocal about this because of the impact, because I've been on the recruiting and staffing side. I've hired myself, and because I know that a lot of these recruiters are deciding who to move forward, a lot of these hiring managers, depending on a thank you note, because they don't have much else to discern. You're all great candidates. So whoever showed proper thanks is moving forward. So a thank you note after every interview in the cycle with the same company. A thank you note to each person. A thank you note same day or no later than the next day by email, right? A customized thank you note that is 3 sentences long. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you about the XYZ job. I really enjoyed when we chatted about this. Really looking forward to next steps in the process. Let me know what I can do to further my candidacy. Sincerely. Yes? I mean, I don't think I could make this instruction any clearer. It's amazing to me, literally amazing to me how many people don't do this and then they wonder why they don't hear. They're like, they really liked me. They said I was great. And it's like, yes, but you forgot that you are selling your services. They're the customer. The customer wants to see proper etiquette. And we can all do this. Absolutely absolutely can all do this, right? Oh, I love this little comment here that I want to bring out. Shout out to Maria. In my previous role, I interviewed over 10 candidates for entry-level positions, and I never received any thank you notes. Amazing. Yeah, like that is so clear. Like that's entry-level individuals who had no clue they should have. But Maria, let's be honest. If one of those 10 had sent you a thank you note, can we agree the points they would have scored? Can we agree? Huge, right? Huge. Jake has a question. Send the note even if the recruiter has already scheduled the next step. Yep, Jake, thank you for asking. Remember, this is a goodwill gesture. I don't care if they've already scheduled. You're still sending that recruiter thanks. Think about that. Imagine all the other people that didn't bother because they're like, I did so well in the interview. They already scheduled me. But then you, my friend, still send a thank you note to the recruiter. I know you already scheduled my next meeting. I just want to thank you. I really enjoyed when you and I talked about blank, and I'm so looking forward to the next steps in the process. Who do you think that recruiter is going to vote for or root for compared to the other candidates when the hiring manager asks? I mean, this is just so important that, mind blown, folks. Mind blown. Yeah, Jake, great question. Thank you for asking it. Yeah, Ellen, shout out to Ellen. This is just another way to get your name in front of the hiring manager, get in the interviews. You got it, right? If you don't think, Ellen's so right, if you don't think the recruiter's going to be like, oh, yeah, and Ellen sent me a thank you note right away. Hiring manager likes hearing that. You got it. You got it. All right, Joseph says, what about the thank you note if you've not been called for the interview yet? It's been 3 months, they've not rejected yet, and the position is still open, trying to get to the next step. Well, you haven't gotten the interview yet. So thank you notes are for the interview. So you can't there's no thank you note that can be sent there. What I would be doing there is a disruptive cover letter. And I would also be doing video. If you really want somebody to message you right now, you should put a video. Hey, Google, let me tell you 3 reasons why I am obsessed with your data analytics role. 1, 2, 3, would love the opportunity to interview with you. That creates a first interview experience by you sending videos. So I do that. But thank you notes are for after the interview when they've actually interviewed you. But I like the mindset. I like where you're going, Joseph, in the sense that you're thinking of ways to get the in. So I'm giving that an A for effort, for sure. Yeah. This making sense to everybody? All right. If you have more questions about these, you let me know. In the meantime, just a friendly reminder. In the interview, you have got to showcase your UVA. This would be your unique value add. This is the features, right? Everyone has features. Remember the job description and they told you all the things they wanted and you matched yourself up to it? So that was you feature matching to the job description. But they don't hire you just based on your features. Everyone's got the same features that gets invited to the interview. The one they choose to hire is the one who does the best job of talking about the benefits from their features. And this is where most people mess it up. Because each one of you has something called a UVA, a unique value add, and those are the benefits that you create with those features. And the stronger you are at conveying your value, your UVA, by talking about how you save money, how you make money, how you solve problems, how you alleviate pain with these features, that's where you stand out and you become the must-have candidate. Because they're not just going to hire you because they like you. They're going to hire you because you're going to really make their lives better, their work lives better. You're going to create value. So if you haven't seen it already, it's only been live for a week. We've literally already had thousands of people take it with deadly accuracy. And the best part about it is it's free. The Unlock Your UVA tool is now available to all of you. So all of you that are in the free resource center, no credit card required, you're in the free resource center, private, ad-free community where you get access to $1,000 worth of my resources. Do you see over there my job search boot camp, my strengths assessment, my breakthrough your career burnout, if you have career depression, how to choose a career path, all of the recordings of this podcast, and then the big new one, the Unlock Your UVA. This is an AI tool that I built with a team that has taken my 20 years of working with people to pull their UVA out of them. And it happens in a matter of minutes using this completely free. Like this, I dreamed of this in 2008. I was like, how can I scale myself and give people this knowledge? Because when they understand their UVA, they can market themselves 10 times better in a job interview. Okay. To do this with me one-on-one would cost you $500 for an hour of my time. It is costing you $0 to take this amazing tool and use it. Okay, so I'm just going to remind you all that if you have a free resource center membership, get in there, try this new tool. It is insane what it's going to tell you about yourself. You're going to interact with me and then literally videos are going to pop up and I'm going to speak to you in videos telling you about yourself. And you're going to go, holy bleep. I'm not kidding. That has been the reaction across the board. Totally free. So go in there and then, first of all, you get that free. But here's the deal. Here's where I did sweeten the pot. Obviously, we've designed a free resource center that we wanted to make sure was better than anything you've ever paid for in career coaching. We're giving away stuff that other people charge thousands of dollars for because we want you to get the right information. But for some of you, we want to help you speed up your job search. It's not for everyone. But for a few of you, you could really benefit from a membership where you get access to me 5 times a week. I go live 5 times a week, work directly with my members 5 times a week in a private community that has all the video training, everything you need. So here's the deal. I will give you a 3-page report about your UVA if you do a 7-day free trial with my membership. So when you unlock your UVA with the videos, if that's good enough for you, awesome. But there's also a 3-page detailed report about what you should do with this information that you get when you try us free for 7 days. Obviously, we're hoping you fall in love with us. You want to come to my lives 5 times a week, work with me directly, and get hired faster. But if you don't, you can cancel within the 7 days. That's it. I just have to start showing you all the power of really strategic career coaching. I get it. People have been burned. People have been so hurt by bogus resume writers and scammers. This is why I built a free resource center. But if you would like a 3-page report about your UVA, all you have to do is a 7-day free trial of Work It Daily. And it's all inside the platform. It'll show you what to do. Totally your call, okay? But please at least go do the free tool. Because when you watch the videos, your head's going to spin. I am telling you, the results and the feedback we've been getting has been, bar none, like the most exciting thing in my career to see this happen. So, free resource center, unlock your UVA. See it over here on the left? And then just to show you, because it's so amazing, this is what the 3-page report looks like. Look at this. Look at this. We do our core strengths analysis. We tell you how you should apply your UVA to your job search. We give you a complete broken down game plan, right? We talk about immediate implementation, and we break it down by phases, how you can do all this to maximize your potential. Complete blueprint, 3-page blueprint inside when you do a 7-day free trial. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I'm just so proud of that thing, and I want to make sure that people know that the Unlock Your UVA tool is part of the free resource center. Now, let's talk a little bit more about thank you notes. Yeah, so first of all, Leslie says, I didn't think about sending a thank you note after I get the rejection. There might be other positions later and I missed that boat. Okay, Leslie, I didn't even pay you to say that, but let's expand on that because you could not be more right, my friend. Folks, when you don't get the job, you're still sending a thank you note. And you're like, what? JT, they didn't pick me. Okay, play the long game. If you went all the way through the hiring process, you know what you also did? You built a relationship with this company. Why do you want to waste that? Just like Leslie said. First of all, the person they hired might not work out. There's probably other positions coming down the pike. And I can tell you for a fact, and I know I've got recruiters on here who will back me up, when we have a couple of really good candidates and we can only pick one, we literally think about the moment another job comes up. If that person showed interest, the runner-up, could we put them in that job? Because now we don't have to post the job. We don't have to put them through an interview process. We can just offer them that job. But we want to know they're interested because we just rejected them. So Leslie, the answer there is, thank you so much for the opportunity to interview with your company. While I'm disappointed I wasn't selected, I want you to know how much I enjoyed the process and would still love to work for you someday. Can you let me know what I could do to stay on your radar screen for future opportunities? Boom. That's it. Do you know how far that goes? Do you know how excited they are to get those emails? Because most of the time people message them, give me some feedback on why I didn't get the job. I mean, nobody wants to respond to that. Please don't ever ask for feedback on why you didn't get a job. I know you're like, but I invested all this time. Folks, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. Instead, thank you for the opportunity to interview. Of course, I'm disappointed I didn't get the job, but I really enjoyed getting to know you and your team. What can I do to be proactive and stay on your radar screen for future opportunities? When they get that, they're like, oh my gosh, this person's so freaking awesome. Let's figure out where we can put them. Don't waste a beautiful interview cycle. Just because you didn't get the job today doesn't mean they said no, not ever. They just said no, not today. Take it in stride, write the thank you note, and watch what happens. Yeah, well done, Leslie. Shout out to Leslie on that one. Yeah. Is this making sense to everybody? Okay, I got one super cool thing to show you all. Since we've got thank you notes and I've got a little bit more time, I want to show you something crazy that I just dropped on LinkedIn for all of you. So I did a video today. It's only been up for like 30 minutes, teaching people how to just ask for the job at the company they want to work for. You heard me. how to ask for the job you want. The mistake that most people make is that they ask, can I have the job, or would you hire me? They ask a yes or no question. And the problem with that is that most of the time you're going to get a no. If you want to get a job at a dream employer, if you ultimately want to work somewhere, the secret is to ask the right question. Does that make sense to everybody? We got to ask the right question. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring this up so you can see it all. So this is my LinkedIn post. Let's take a look, see. It just went live. And in the video, I explain how to play the Just Ask for that job. This is the game we're playing today. And I want you all to go play the game because it's on LinkedIn, all right? What you do is you ask an open-ended question on what would it take to land a job at XYZ? Or what criteria do you look for when hiring project managers at ABC? Or what is your ideal candidate for a job in marketing at LMF, right? And so you tag the company. So you ask this open-ended question designed to give you knowledge. There's no yes or no to that. There's no way you can fail. You're asking a company that you'd love to work for information on what it would take to get hired, but you're tagging them. I want you to see what's happened here. So we've had one person tag ADP, another person tagged Google, somebody tagged Airbnb, somebody tagged Lockheed Martin, Dropbox, Penn State University, Schneider Electric, Sony. Here's the amazing thing. All of them are different. Everyone thinks they're in competition with everybody else. You're not. Everyone's definition of a place they want to work is different. But you know what? Those companies don't know you exist. And so there's this very cool social media tool called LinkedIn that every single company you want to work for is on. Every single company. And so what happens when they see this post from somebody on LinkedIn and they're tagged in it and it says, I'd love to know what it would take to get a job XYZ. You're getting visible. You should be following the companies, but you should also be tagging them. And I just gave you a way to do it. I just gave you the perfect place to do it. Okay? So I want you to head over there. Everybody that's watching, go to my feed and play the game Just Ask with me. Because I am telling you, you watch what happens. I have been teaching this in my community, teaching people how to follow companies, how to comment with companies, how to connect with companies, how to leverage the social media algorithm on LinkedIn. And this is some serious secret sauce, folks. I am not kidding you. It does magical things. It's not really magic. It's the LinkedIn algorithm. LinkedIn shifted its algorithm to be like TikTok. They want to be the TikTok for career matching. They want total strangers to get in front of their dream employers. And they're using it through a social algorithm, through the content that you put in your feed, the comments, who you follow, just like on TikTok. So go over and play the game. You have literally nothing to lose but to go over and comment and tag a company and ask them one of these questions. Watch the video first, though, because you have to ask the question the right way. No yes or no questions. And you watch what happens. I am not kidding you. It is insane. It is insane. Yes? Do you think we can do that? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Another question here about thank you notes. Can I write a thank you note after receiving a no, then send the interviewer my CV for further opportunities? You can absolutely send a thank you note, but you cannot send your CV again. They already have your CV. That looks a little too pushy. Just send a thank you note and ask if they'll keep you in mind for future opportunities. Again, folks, thank you notes just give thanks. We don't put in attachments. We don't try to market ourselves. We don't try to sell ourselves, okay? Awesome. All right, to recap, we all agree thank you notes are a must do, and we learned very easily how to do them today. Yes? I also showed you the Unlock Your UVA tool that is 100% free inside the Free Resource Center. Go unlock your UVA. Crazy, deadly accurate. I'm telling you, it's going to really inspire you because you're going to realize what your value is to an employer, and it's going to get you excited. All right? And then for those of you that want to work with me live 5 times a week, you want to be in my private community, I'm offering a 3-page report of the interpretation of your UVA when you try us for 7 days, and that's all inside the platform for you to test out, okay? All right. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow with another Just Ask JT. Be sure to check the Free Resource Center for the upcoming topics, and I'll see y'all there, yeah? Awesome. Okay, everybody, go get them. Go post your dream company. Go ask the question. Ciao.